Well, hello to all of our nonprofit friends out there who are interested in GiveSI 2026. I'm Rachel Gartner. I'm with SICF. I'm the new face here. I am the Director of Community Development, but I am also pretty much taking the reins on GiveSI this year. And there are a lot of changes, but I'm just going to turn it over to the presentation. I'm going to talk through it just like we did through the informational session. And then if you happen to have any questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to me here in the office or rachel@sicf.org, and I'll answer any of the questions that I can. So let's go ahead and get right into the presentation. At the bottom of the screen, you probably already noticed that we have continued our partnership with Oasis Outdoors, and we are very excited about that. They will continue to be for us a top sponsor. So with that, of course, yes, you know that GiveSI 2026 is the Community Day of Giving for Southern Illinois, and you're listening to this because you would like for your nonprofit, your organization to be a part of that 30-hour campaign. Well, as I mentioned before, this is the 7th annual GiveSI, and in those 7 years, the Day of Giving for Southern Illinois has generated more than $1.7 million in donations. And that's pretty spectacular. It's simple. Nonprofits are at the heart of it. And we've got more than 120 local charities serving Southern Illinois who have benefited from this campaign over the last 7 years. We are excited about this year's fundraising. Let's get right into what's very new for this year, and that is the date. We've announced a new date for 2026. The new date, the Day of Giving, it launches on October 8th at 5 p.m. That's a Thursday, as you see. And then it ends, that 30-hour campaign ends at 11 p.m. on October 9th. So technically, the official Community Day of Giving for Southern Illinois is Friday, October 9th. So after a lot of thought and after a lot of research, we decided that GiveSI is a campaign that after 6 years of success, it can now stand on its own without that connection back to Giving Tuesday. And a couple of the reasons that we thought of, we really wanted to get ahead of the holidays. Now, the holidays put a lot of pressure on nonprofits. It puts a lot of pressure on everyone, really. But nonprofits, really the holidays, that's when they experience the highest demand. That's when revenue and resources are starting to reach their most depleted. And really, there's only so many hours in the day. So how many things can you try to tackle during the month of November and December? We wanted to make sure that money was getting into the hands of nonprofits, that fundraised money, the donations, ahead of the holidays. Maybe that way you've got, when you've got that extra surge of demand, well, maybe that also means that you've got this money coming in on the backside of the holidays to just help facilitate all of the extra things that you're doing during that holiday. We also wanted to address having Giving Tuesday on a Tuesday. So what we hope is that shifting the date to a Friday will increase our attendance, of course, for that the grand total announcement, or the preliminary grand total announcement, and we'll be able to have more people attend. We'll be able to drive up more excitement. We'll be able to open up the floor to more people. So it's exciting this year. We're continuing our partnership with Oasis Outdoors, and that being said, it only seemed natural to continue that partnership with the Thrill House Family Entertainment and Event Center. So it's brand new. Everybody's talking about it. It's one of those things where you're like, hey, this is in Southern Illinois. And it also gives us a chance to support our sponsor and let everybody check it out and have a great time. So we wanted to make sure that the Day of Giving is going to be a fun-filled, family-friendly fundraiser. Say that 3 times fast. We're bringing our big game. We want to make sure that this year it's fun to donate too. But just based on research, I found that people will stay and they'll have fun if they're making memories at the same time. we'll get into a little bit more of that later. But tying back to Thrill House, so this is an opportunity, since we're having an event-based fundraiser, or at least that's a part of the fundraiser, right? Then we thought, why not capitalize on ticket sales? So we're currently working with Thrill House to figure out exactly what that looks like, the ticket sales look like, how many. We're thinking that nonprofits will need to sell 10 of those tickets. But what these are, they're basically, these will be tied to game cards, these tickets. So you'll sell a ticket for a certain amount of money. Part of that money will go into the coffer for you. The other part of that money purchases the game card, which is loaded for the day of giving. What's really cool about the gift card or the game card is that it will be loaded for a certain amount that comes with the ticket, right? That'll be together. But the game card doesn't necessarily have to be used on the day of giving during that event. So we're working with Oasis so that that can look something like, and it doesn't have an expiration date. Let me put it that way. So not only could that be, your ticket into the event for the big grand total and for the day of giving, but I mean, you could buy those game cards and really use them as stocking stuffers. You could get them as presents. You could approach maybe one of your entrepreneurial friends or a business owner who might want to purchase these game cards for maybe the employees at work. But they should be reloadable. Again, we're working with the Oasis marketing team to nail down all of those details. And so it just is another avenue to be able to drive more donations during the big GiveSI campaign. So let's talk a little bit about, I mentioned earlier, why an event-based fundraiser. The longer that people stay, the more memorable experience that they make. Well, you're not only getting them potentially to give more donations to nonprofits, but you're also increasing your visibility. You're having an audience that may not have otherwise seen you had they not gone to Thrill House and seen the GiveSI event. So it also, you're building community with like-minded supporters, and you're networking while you're there as well. You're shaking hands, you're letting people know about your organization, and it really does just kind of naturally create a network between the people that you're talking with, people that you're working next to, your nonprofits, and the sponsors who are there to really support the campaign. And sponsors, again, they really do like event-based fundraising as well, or some of your sponsors do, because you are making a memorable experience. It's much easier to share a picture on social and hashtag it whenever you're riding a go-kart or whenever you're playing bowling or doing a raffle that's associated with skee ball. That is a really fun social media post. So this year, we are asking you to make a commitment early. And I know that that's different from in years past. And I do wish that I had Byram here to give me a little bit of backup as far as a little deeper dive into the numbers, because, Byram numbers, he maths and I word. So with that being said, you can see on your screen how much GiveSI has raised over just the last 3 years. This year, we do hope, our goal is to hit $400,000. When we hit $400,000, that will push us over the $2 million mark for the GiveSI campaign in total. So that's just a very exciting prospect. But what we are asking you to do this year is we're asking you to register early. You can do that at givesi.org. You'll find about halfway down the homepage, you'll find a registration button. That button will link you to our Google form where all of the questions are. We're also asking that you, for I guess lack of a better word, put skin in the game. We're asking that you go ahead and you buy in and you pay a $100 registration fee. That $100 registration fee does go into the GiveSI or coffer for you, right? But what that also does is that really secures your investment in the campaign. I mean, we can really count on you to be a part of our marketing events, learning how to push social, things like that, and know that you've bought into this campaign and you're serious about it and you want to raise some funds as well. So I do want you to know that you are getting a value for that $100. I mean, of course, you're getting the value of being a part of the Community Day of Giving for Southern Illinois, but you're also getting something from us in that these are definitely active things that you can be a part of. So again, this year, everybody loved it last year. We want to continue to do that. Those podcast like one-on-one spotlight interviews. And that's what you get for that, for the $100. You'll get those spotlight interviews. Everyone who wants one will be able to have those one-on-ones again, like last year. And that will be yours. We'll put the GiveSI for promotional material that we use it for. But I mean, as far as you're concerned, that's yours to use as you see fit and to promote the campaign. We're also doing some on-site visits and videos this year. Of course, this is something that's going to be a little more time-consuming and have a higher production value. So we'll probably do, I'll do 5 to 6 this year. But we all know that people give to people, and people want to see where that money's going, the impact that that has. And that's the story that I want to tell with your nonprofits. So I've already had 4 nonprofits sign up to do a site visit, but these would be 3 to 4 minute longer form pieces that would include interviews, B-roll, which is extra video from your site, showing the impact or what it is that your services provide, and then potentially a person that has been impacted by said services. So again, that's a longer form, and we'll be doing that kind of revolving door style. So anyone who gets it this year won't get it next year. That will give the opportunity for other nonprofits to get in there, and we'll continue to do that until we've done one for anyone who wants one. Once you have registered, you'll see on that registration form that there is a link for you to make a one-time donation to GiveSI. That one-time donation is your registration fee. That is directly tied to your organization. We see that on the back end. And within 7 to 10 business days, you will receive a QR code. That QR code will give you the ability to have direct donations straight to the QR code into your fund. So you'll be able to start collecting donations. So as soon as like I said, as soon as we receive that registration fee, we see your buy-in, then we'll be issuing that code within 7 to 10 business days. You'll also get a promotional toolkit like you did last year that will help you out with scheduling posts, what is most appropriate for the GiveSI campaign, how to best market for the GiveSI campaign. And I think with that, you'll just want to bring that toolkit with you, because we're going to have a few sessions this year. Like we did 2 years ago, I believe, we are going to do some Canva classes. I find that there's a lot of value in that. But not only that, is I want to give you the tools, we want to give you the tools to be able to do this outside of the GiveSI campaign. We want you to be able to do your own promotion, your own marketing. If you're doing fundraising, use the skills that you learn in the Canva classes and apply those to your future campaigns. We just, really it's based on long-term success, and that's what I'm here for. So we will have a beginner's class. If you attend that beginner's class, which we will go over lots of the basics, then you can follow up with the intermediate class. The intermediate class will touch more on video elements that are associated with Canva. They've now integrated that into their editing software. And so it's pretty cool. They don't have a ton of bells and whistles,
But I think that for what we would need it for, it would definitely work, and it will really acclimate you to video editing, because some of those things are really universal. But we'll get to that. But that's what you'll get in return for that $100. That's that value. And then, of course, you've got the value of the bonus pool. And last year, I think the bonus pool sat at 15%. And no one reached the threshold last year. So every one of our nonprofits, if you raised $100, sorry about that. If you raised $100, then you actually received 115. Look at that. My tool got all wonky. So hopefully you've been able to see most of this. Anyway, so what's next? Okay, well, get online, get on Facebook, like our new Facebook page. We created a GIVESI Facebook page, so that way we could kind of differentiate the campaign from the SICF umbrella, and really think that this is going to get a lot of traction. So we're excited about having a GIVESI exclusive Facebook page. You can go to givesi.org. That's where you will find the registration for this year's campaign. Within that Google form, you will find terms and conditions, which have been updated this year. There's not a lot of changes, but of course we did have to put the details in about the $100 registration fee, where that goes. You can learn all the details in there as well, and as well as the we increased bonus pool from 15 to 20% this year. So that's kind of exciting too, right? More money. So you'll pay your registration fee, the participation fee. That link is embedded within the Google form. It's at the very bottom of that form, terms and conditions, like mid-page. After you have paid that $100 registration fee, that will come to us on the backside, and that'll basically initiate me to start entering all of your information into the system. Don't forget to include those great logos, all of the stuff that we'll want for future promotional materials. And then within 7 to 10 business days, you will receive your personalized QR code, which means that you can start generating those donations. Then watch, we'll be sending out information about the GIVESI launch party registration. Now that's happening on August 21st. It's a little while in the future, but there you will be getting your Thrill House GIVESI event tickets and the game cards. You'll get all of those details. And like I said, we really didn't want to reinvent the wheel whenever we were working with this event and with Thrill House. So we're leaning on them to really know how to market themselves best. And I think that that's probably the best route to go. And we're going to lean on them whenever it comes to that kind of marketing. But outside of that, the campaign and everything, it's all us. So let's go. Let me know if you would like to have a one-on-one interview. If you'd like to do the site visit, you can reach out to me at rachel@sicf.org. And I'll put you on the list. Like I said, we already have 3 or 4 on that list, and it will have to be relatively short this year, just because 1, I am a newcomer, and 2, I feel like I'm tackling a lot of video projects associated with the campaign this year, so I want to make sure I don't spread myself too thin, especially for my first year. So thank you for bearing with me through this whole presentation. I know that there were lots of ums and ahs, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Again, you can check out the GIVESI Facebook page, the givesi.org website, where you can find event registration. That registration is a Google form. Please complete that to the best of your ability, and then also click the link to read through the terms and conditions, and then click the link at the bottom of the page to submit your registration fee. Outside of that, I'll be reaching out to you once you've registered with your QR code and more details. All right, well, that does it for the informational meeting. Thank you for tolerating my uhs. And I do wish that I had Byram here as a little bit of backup. You know, he's got so much institutional knowledge, really being at the helm of GIVESI for 6 years. And I feel very privileged that he is entrusting me with taking the helm this year. So again, thanks for going through the informational session with me. If you have any questions or concerns, please just feel free to give me a call here at the SICF office, or you can always send me an email, rachel@sicf.org. I know that this is going to be a great year. I'm excited. Be sure to look for the registration forms, the additional information that I'll be shooting out either via email, or now you can check out our new Facebook page. So of course, there will be a lot of activity there as well. But we just want to be sure that we're keeping you informed, that we're completely transparent, and that we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we are, I don't know, working together to make this campaign the best one yet. So thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Again, just reach out to me with any questions you might have.